Sup everyone, I'm your female otaku and I'm here to review episode 4 of Samurai Jack. After the craziness that was last week when we ended up getting April fooled by Toonami. They were supposed to be airing Samurai Jack, but instead they aired season 3 of Rick and Morty, which, don't get me wrong, I love me some Rick and Morty. However, I really wanted some Samurai Jack. Come on. It's been 13 years, okay? But this episode was quite the throwback. This is the exact same vibe that we got from the majority of the series. This was a throwback episode, an episode where you just see Jack in a new part of the world, you know, and he's in some sort of predicament, but he always finds a way. And we take in all the sights and the creatures and stuff of whichever part of the world Jack is in, and just enjoy the episode of him trying to get out of the situation. That's what this episode was. Of course, you know, it wasn't all entirely throwback because we do have Ashi in the mix, and we all knew, every single one of us knew, that Ashi would eventually team up with Jack. We just didn't know how. You see, I didn't think it would be this difficult for Ashi to start to grow on Jack. Or maybe she's not exactly growing on Jack, but starting to understand the idea of, you know, nature and life. Okay, I'm not too sure how she really feels about Jack at this moment, but at the end of the episode, she felt a little sympathy for the ladybug at least, and at least wants to learn a little more about the world she's in. Ashi was pretty stubborn. Every single time she spoke, it was always something mean, cursing Jack out, calling him scum and stuff, hoping and wishing that he would die, doing everything she could to kill him. Even when Jack put on the new armor, she was just like, "You look hideous." Just, Ashi, really? Is that really necessary, Ashi? Thank you for your commentary. But what surprised me was that Jack was saving Ashi. Why? He said that it's because he sees her as an innocent person. Ashi is sheltered and she doesn't know the truth. She doesn't really understand the situation that Aku put the world in. And so Jack, he sees this as his problem, that because of his existence, Ashi turned out like this, because now she has just all this hatred in her heart because of the lies that was put into her head, and, you know, wanting to kill Jack for the reason just because he's apparently evil, but, you know, again, those are all lies, but she doesn't know that. That's all she knows. Interesting perspective. Is Jack just making excuses, or is he being genuinely kind? I mean, in a way, you could call this kind of foolish, saving a person who is trying to kill him after he, you know, killed off the other ones with no question, but I'm alright with this. I mean, sure, it's a little dumb if you think too far into it, but I like this part of Jack. He's a cool guy, man. Like I said in the beginning, we just see Jack going through, you know, place to place, all inside this one creature, and they eventually escape, and then they're now on a deserted island, and Ashi was going to kill Jack, but after seeing this ladybug and having a flashback, the mom, you could say, the trainer, whatever you want to call her, she said that, you know, ladybugs and these creatures are just a distraction. But I don't know, Ashi was always enchanted by those things, and I think it was a ladybug or some sort of creature that led her to the light back then in episode 1. But yeah, so Ashi, she decided to cool down. She was like, okay, you know what, just leave him be. So she probably doesn't like Jack at this moment, you know, by like, I mean like get along with him or understand him and stuff like that, and she definitely doesn't see the truth. However, it seems that she at least wants to understand her surroundings, and that's a good start. But guys, did you see that preview for next week? Because I think we're gonna see a certain Scottish man, and we're gonna see Aku too. Oh my lord, I cannot wait. That's gonna be so awesome. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. Was this worth the extra week wait? Did you enjoy this throwback kind of vibe? And catch me tomorrow as I review Alice to Zoroku and Little Witch Academia. I'm your female otaku. Sign.